Hello, folks. It's one of those Fridays again. And this time we're doing some more Pink Floyd like last week. In fact, we're finishing up a little bit from last week. We did The Piper at the Gates of Dawn, the first studio Floyd album. And this week we're doing A Saucerful of Secrets, the second studio album, 1967 and 68, respectively. And so joining me this week is our musical guru and musical shaman. If I can get his correct video here, please welcome Mr. Mike Mountain Hawk Gorley. Hello there.
What's happening?
I don't know. Well, first for our audience, it'll just be the two of us tonight holding it down. It'll be like, Conan the Barbarian. Crom will remember that once long ago, two stood against many. Well, anyway, uh, I don't know why that came to my mind, folks. But Liza is a bit busy this evening, catching up some work that is actual paid work, and so that takes priority right now. But in any case, we have Magic Mike Mountain Hawk Gorley here. I will try to flash up comments as best as I can as we go, but as I am also kind of hosting and playing master's ceremonies, it's hard for me to do that multitasking. Some YouTubers are good at it. I am not. So, Mike, how's it going?
It's going, man.
Yeah.
I'm excited about this.
Yeah.
We're going to wrap up the Piper at the Gates of Dawn and then a Saucerful of Secrets.
Yes. Well, as we talked about. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say I got a little something to kick off the show.
Okay.
And we do got a couple people. You might notice my avatar is gone at the moment because I am in. If I can find my, I'm in the studio.
Oh.
And I am going to try something here. I may mess up, but we're going to go live.
Okay. Well, let's see what we can do.
Can you see me? Yes, there you go.
All right. Yes.
This might sound. Can we hear it? Do I need to?
All right. We're starting to hear it. Let me see if I can emphasize you here.
Can everybody hear me? All right.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
All right, there we go. Classic riff.
shit. I knew I was going to mess up there. Short version. There you go. Not perfect, but I've been working on it.
All right. Well, that sounded pretty cool. I'm just trying to interpret a chat here. Something neshna.com. I'll have to look that up later. This is controlled sweetial or
I don't know. I'm like I
I
said, I'm in the studio, so
okay.
I am going to sign off real quick. I got the other computer ready to go, and I'm going to get back where I have my avatar and I can see the chat. So give me 1 minute and I'll be back.
All right. Sounds good. Okay. Now I'm back. Impromptu stuff there, but it's cool for that little live jam from Mike there. I gotta apologize. StreamYard is not designed for that. It's really designed for voice, so things do sound a little tinny. And plus, I think he was just coming through a standard mic there. So, in any case, still, Mike could really play guitar. Looking forward to maybe a studio version of those covers. What do you think, Mike? Let's get both of us here. I'm not hearing you yet, Mike. Maybe you left your other mic at the computer or something.
I don't hear you.
Oh, I do hear you now. You still don't hear me, though, huh? I hear you. Okay, now. But you don't hear me. Hello, do you hear me now? That's what we got to do on StreamYard anymore. It's like, it's a do you hear me now session. So, I'm going to type in the chat. Try leaving and coming back, Mike. I heard you for one moment there, but you apparently don't hear me. So that's how we communicate anymore, is through the chat. I'm going to move on to our music slides here because last time, I believe we left off add to stage at Interstellar Overdrive. Take up. No, we did do take up. Yeah, there we go. And Interstellar Overdrive is where we left off. I think we should start with the gnome. A gnome named Grimble Grumble. Little gnomes stay in their homes, eating, drinking their wine.
Hello.
I hear you, Mike. Do you hear me? I don't think so. Oh my goodness, but we still have plenty of we can talk through chat. Yes. So Mike could basically communicate through the chat. Oh no, that is DJ Play Nice. Welcome back, DJ Play Nice. Jump out and jump in again. It usually helps. Yes, it usually does. But right now it is not, apparently. But fortunately, the audience hears me, so I got to keep going. Well, I just sang a little bit of the gnome there for you. Once again, since we are doing a Saucerful of Secrets tonight, as well as Piper of Gates of Dawn, which we started last week, didn't finish, but we're finishing them both this week. Yeah, this is a Syd Barrett theme. Syd Barrett, the founder of the band and original visionary, and in the Piper of Gates of Dawn, he basically authored most of the tracks, or at least was chief visionary behind most of it. You know, the last one, Take Up Thy Stethoscope and Walk, was Roger, I do hear you, Mike.
I hear, well, yeah, for some stupid reason, and I haven't used headphones with this laptop. It was switched to headphones.
Well,
No
you know what?
idea
That's probably
why.
a better thing because sometimes I could hear my voice coming out your speaker. Even though StreamYard does have echo cancellation, it's not perfect. But anyway,
Oh,
we
well.
got you, right?
Yeah. We'll just leave it be for the moment.
Okay, yeah. Just let it be. There we
Let it
go.
be.
Now,
All right,
yeah,
the gnome.
as I was saying, we're finishing up the Piper at the Gates of Dawn that was mostly Syd, and then by A Saucerful of Secrets, there was only one song on the album by Syd, and his guitar was in some tracks, but David Gilmore was really starting to replace him basically at this point. Mostly because Syd was not able to keep up with it live. He'd forget songs or play wrong ones, or they would just sound different, and he would just be like on the moment, which is okay if that's what you do. But when you have songs with titles and everything that people know from an album, you kind of are expected to play at least, something recognizable as that song on stage. But due to, I guess, heavy LSD and maybe some other things, may have had genetic condition, who knows, but Syd was losing his mental faculties at this time in a rather not sane sort of way. Oh, what do we
Yes.
have here? So, but one of the things that was a common Syd thing to do was to do things at home and revisit his childhood and interests like that, like gnomes, fairy tale things, his mother's garden, kind of like the trip out and be at home sort of thing. And you got that in his works a lot, but with a lot of imagination, very surreal. And so it's a cute song, interesting lyrics. And did I spell Tolkien without the K? It's Tolian. Tolian works were very popular. All right, yeah, but yeah, I mean, yeah, it was popular at the time too because this was soon after some of the publications, and especially as people grew up with, after The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings, it's like strong, and then you revisit that imagination, especially when you're doing some of the things that involve psychedelics, and so yeah, it was just one of the main themes he had. So, folks, I am going to do this. I am going to drop right now in the chat the link so that you can hear with us some of these songs. Now, since we're doing Piper at the Gates of Dawn, it was unfortunate that I had Saucerful of Secrets up there and stuff. So let's go back to Piper, and I'll drop that link in the chat so people can remind themselves as we play a little bit here. Yeah, so that was Interstellar Overdrive you did
Yep, into
in the intro, yeah.
astronomy. Yeah.
And a little bit of astronomy. I was like, oh, he went into the other song. It's like, wait a minute. That was cool. Yeah, man. Anytime you feel it, let it out. Now, I don't know how they do the
It's a good
order
way to
here
kick
in
it off.
albums. Yeah, it is. So any new music recently while I'm looking for some reason, the album order has changed in my playback
I've been
stuff
focused
here.
more on playing lately.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there'll be some stuff coming out. I mean, there's still stuff on there coming out from. Yeah, I don't even know. I haven't looked, but I know stuff comes out periodically. My Patreon page is the same way.
All right, I'm putting a chat there. It's Piper, and then a link to the YouTube music of Piper at the Gates of Dawn. When I play it on Brave on the computer, I never get ads. So I don't know if you guys are going to be as lucky. It sounded like Eliza was getting ads last week, but she uses a different browser. And I don't know.
Oh,
It's not like you can just install a new browser right in the spot. I know, but anyway, there it is. There's Piper at the Gates of Dawn. I was just singing the gnome a little bit there. So actually, let's go on to chapter 24. Moving on. But yeah,
yes.
Mike, it's great when you share your stuff with the rest of the world. So, but you were releasing a lot. So you definitely.
Oh, there's more to come.
Yeah.
Definitely more to come. So,
All
yes,
right.
the I Ching. I was just reading that.
Yeah.
Refamiliarizing myself since I had everything up last week, but anyway.
Yeah, the I Ching. This was popular in the 60s, a resurgence in Eastern mysticism, and this I Ching being a divination. I mean, there's a lot of patterns recognized there, patterns from nature, from the seasons
Mm-hmm.
and things, and it's really interesting. So, I think it's definitely interesting material for music writing and everything.
Yeah, Syd
And
Barrett was I mean, people think about, the psychedelics and he was going crazy and shit like that, but it's like, dude was intellectual, man, for sure. Very well read.
mm-hmm.
I mean, it's easy for, outside people to kind of dismiss him as just some kind of raving lunatic, but it's like,
Yes.
no,
No,
his lyrics were actually quite deep.
when you let's say you kind of go crazy after having been an intelligent person, you get some really interesting stuff, as opposed to people who maybe aren't as well read or as interesting, and then they just go crazy, and it's just more like annoying. But Sid
Yeah.
Barrett was a very interesting character. Yeah, I
Oh,
Ching, the foo, that's the turn of change of the same number and everything. I mean, all this would just come from someone who's kind of looked at it and know how to, use it for divination and stuff. And, and it deals with some patterns, the beginnings of cycles, endings of cycles, middles of cycles, and then you have like some apexes, things like the I Ching, the Fibonacci sequence, and, the golden mean. All these things do have roots in something, that, shall we say, seems rooted in nature. So I do want to do a shout out here quick, as I'm trying to manage a stream on all aspects here. We don't want to forget our channel member who's in the chat there, X Flavius X. And I think so far I still have permission to play this as his his intro, just to remind you all that he's there, serving as a mod for us. He is royalty, by the way.
This man commands a quack legion. They wax as high as any in Rome.
Don't laugh at him. All right. So
just
thank
an
you for
FYI,
joining
just
us,
an
Flav.
FYI there, they said your link was broken. I just posted a link for the playlist for the whole album.
Okay.
So they can link on any song.
I'll trust my folks there. And what I should do is unpin it from the chat because I pinned mine. Unpin message. And then I'll pin yours that you just provided.
Yeah, that'll give them the whole playlist. And then I'll do the same for Saucer. Should be able to do the same for Saucer, but I'll wait until we get there.
Okay. Yeah, thanks a lot. That the less I have to do, the
I'll
better
try
things
to.
will
Well, I
go.
can't put anything on the screen, but I can
Yeah,
try
I
to
know.
help with
Yeah.
the chat.
Yeah, Liza has that account, and since it's an account, it's not something I could easily switch, and they only let one person at a time have that unless I pay more, and I'm paying enough as it is. So,
Well,
all
I'll
right,
do my best. I'll try to pay attention, and I can just read it.
all right. Yes, sir. Well, thank you very much. You did that without me even noticing. That's awesome. All right, now we have the
Scarecrow.
Scarecrow. Now, obviously, we can't just listen straight through to each of these and stuff like that because then the stream will get bogged down. But this is one that, once again, this is like uh, basically trying to make everyday things surreal. Now, you may not see scarecrows every day unless you live in a rural area and people still follow tradition there because not a lot of modern farms utilize them, but maybe just for tradition's sake, you'll find a few out there. Perhaps they do work a little bit, although crows are very intelligent.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
They are very intelligent.
But I like the beginning, the rhythms they're doing and everything with the sticks and stuff. Playful stuff, you know, a lot of found items. This is something that was also used a lot in the art music at the time, like the classical music and stuff, where artists would use found items. Instead of playing instruments, we'll take some sticks and things that you might hit them with and, you know, just kind of like drumming on a table and stuff like that could be used.
Right.
And then little Turkish theme there in the background. Rick Wright liked that.
Yeah, it was really cool how the how you know it could be really kind of heavy like Interstellar Overdrive and then it can get quite playful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was a nice, very diverse album.
Mm-hmm. I think it was just kind of like what was trendy with those kind of experimenting and being imaginative at the time was like space was of interest and the psychedelic ramifications can definitely come from that. And then also just like hanging out at home was of interest and trying to find something surreal in that. So that was like it was, but overall, it was looking for magic in everywhere, you know, trying to look for something a little bit more magical. Maybe that's why I'm attracted to it so much.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then we have Bike. Now this one, I
What a
just
great
love
ending to the album.
yeah, I just love the flavor of this. Got a bike, you can ride it if you like. It's got
Yeah.
a basket, a bell that rings, and things to make it look good. I'd give it to you if I could, but I borrowed it. You're the kind of girl that fits in with my world. I'll give you anything, everything if you want things. Boom, boom. It's like, what the hell is going on here?
Yep. Exactly.
It's fun, man.
That's
But
why I said what a fitting. That's what I mean. It's like the album starts out kind of serious, you
Yeah.
know, pretty heavy and kind of dark, and then it ends whimsically,
yeah, with the toy piano
and it
behind,
goes
like
in and out throughout the album. So it's certainly not a singular piece of music.
no, it's yeah. In the lyrics, I've got a mouse and he hasn't got a house. I don't know why I call him Gerald. I mean,
Yeah.
I just love it. It's like, you know, you just think kind of Monty Python, just kind of like that deadpan humor. Like, yeah, I know people are going to find this funny, but I'm not going to deliver it as it's funny. I'm going to do this dead serious, and in this case, it was just kind of like, it's absurd, but it's like
Right.
just done so straightforward, man. But I love it, man. It's just that spirit. And then at the end, the his magic room, I guess, or you call it his private room with all the clocks and stuff in it, as a predecessor to Time Later, where the clocks come back in that song on Dark Side of the Moon. Oh my goodness. I am calling up our comments here, seeing Swappers is in the shop.
Hey, Swappers.
Good to see you again, my friend. Yes.
Absolutely.
I am finishing up some work this weekend. Looks like I'm gonna Swappers and I are gonna, look at some things for potential in the future. I'm not gonna say anything more than that. Just he is definitely not stopping at all with Praxium of the Pathfinders. It's just there's a bit of a delay due to some issues with where he was doing the AI voices and perhaps some hackery involved. But I'll let him handle that if he wants to talk about it. But I just want to remind folks that he will be coming back at Star Wars Retold. Link in the description. So let us put up the next slides. Now, for this week, I've been trying to earn a living all week long. And in so doing, I I was not able to basically put together the bullet points as usual, but then I'm thinking, maybe people aren't really wanting to go to college again and have a PowerPoint presentation. So I just got images, representing each of the songs, and we'll just talk about them as they come. And I think Mike will be dropping the link in the description.
Yeah, I'm
I
getting
mean, in
ready
the
to do
chat.
that right now.
He'll be dropping a link there for Saucerful of Secrets.
And there it is.
All right. And so I'm pinning his message to the top. So when you want to open up Saucerful of Secrets, you'll be able to and listen along with us. I mean, it's YouTube. We can't listen to these things, and it would be ridiculous trying to completely synchronize. But, at least as we go through each song, you can remind yourself of it at least if because sometimes this is going back, but I listened to these enough that, like with the Gnome, I could just remember it. And Bike, I could just remember the lyrics and stuff. But Saucerful of Secrets, second studio album. By this point, David Gilmore was playing live with them.
Yeah.
To reinforce the guitar parts that Syd would, maybe forget to do or just go too off. And then sometimes, of course, if you're having like panic attacks or other extra mental experiences on stage, you could actually just not really be that functional as a performer. And so David Gilmore had to fill in more and more. And he was there just as backup anyway, And so, and this
Yeah.
also is where Roger started trying to take a bit more of a lead and everything too. But so it's really sad, but yeah, we'll get to it. The last song it is authored by Jug Band Blues, was authored by Syd Barrett. The rest were not, just either Waters or Waters and Gilmore.
Yeah, he had minimal, not a lot of involvement. And I was just going to say, because I listened to the album last night, and the first thing that popped in my head during the first song was no Syd Barrett.
Yeah.
It was just completely different.
Yes. Well, I mean, in two
I'm
ways.
not saying it's bad, but the first, I was just like, boy, you can tell the absence of Syd Barrett.
Well, here I did have a picture up that actually has all five.
Yeah,
This is
you
the
got
only
it
album where you have all five. But of course, David Gilmour picked up here and lasted through the rest of the life of the band. I guess since the passing of Rick Wright back in, I think it was 2006 or something like that.
Right.
I don't think they recorded again after that, although they did release, what is it, The Endless River. That a lot of that was done when Rick Wright was still alive. So that was just a slow, gradual process of putting together an album. But in any case, yeah, I don't think they're performing anymore. They did have that reunion. I think it was 2004 where Roger and them reunited for one performance at Live 8. And you can find that video on YouTube. But other than that, yeah, I guess we could say Pink Floyd is no more. Roger still tours, although he's really getting up there, but he still does tour, but a lot of it either The Wall or some of his new stuff. He had some really good solo stuff that I liked. Amused to Death and Pros and Cons of Hitchhiking. Radio Chaos was good too, but it obviously wasn't as big as Pink Floyd proper. And then a lot of his tours, of course, he's got to play the hits from Floyd. There we go. So let me move on here. I guess I'm saying way too much. Let's see. Do we have any chatters that are saying wonderful things?
Well, I think
Sorry.
Gilmore is planning. He did do a tour 2024. I think he's planning to tour again this year, possibly. I'm sure I can't afford it.
Yeah, concerts are really expensive anymore, but I'm sure they also want to do more intimate things where it is going to cost more per ticket. Oh, we do have something involved here from, let's see. It looks like Red. Sorry, it's hard for me to see things and click on them at the same time. Red. You got 3. Hello, stream.
Oh, there you go.
Would you be able to read that for us, Mike?
Well, where did this pop up at? I don't see it in the chat.
This may be Rumble. Oh, is this one of those? Oh, no, this is Kick.
This is someone wanting to grow your channel.
Oh, okay. And
he's going to make you rich and famous.
Okay. Well, we just featured you.
Consider yourself spammed.
Yeah, we are live. That does allow me to say we are live on Rumble and Kick as well. So those chats come
I was going to say
now,
that was
Liza would not put that up, but I thought it was somebody saying something serious.
No.
It was a paragraph.
You've been spammed.
Yeah.
Spam.
Nobody got hurt. Nobody got hurt.
Well, I hope not.
Let There Be More Light, which I guess you're already on. And I just did a whole Floyd coverage there, but let's just say, like, between Syd Barrett and David Gilmore, both great guitarists, both great singers, and both having great writing influences, but different. And obviously things had changed over because Syd Barrett was very psychedelic, and they're both imaginative, but Syd Barrett was a little bit more childlike. He's like in the fantasy, he's in the fairy tale, and he's ready to turn on a dime, whichever way, his imagination takes him. It's like, I guess it could be some night. Now, I don't know if this happened, but he could probably change the story of the gnome, in fact, on stage, because he felt like he's just going to follow that. David Gilmore was a little bit more precise. He could improvise, definitely, and he'd write great solos. But, his solos he would at least maintain those core elements live that he had on the album, And so when you heard the solo from Time, for example, or a solo from Comfortably Numb, there would be some things he would always do. They would always be there because he was paid that attention to detail.
Yeah, there were definitely different guitarists, and and definitely some great music came out of it. I mean, big fan of it. Hard to say what it would have been, had Barrett gone on, but who knows? It's hard to say.
Mm-hmm. Well,
then we wouldn't have Dark Side of the Moon. So
yeah. We did have, I think it was 2 solo albums from Syd Barrett, and being, the kind of great guy he was, David Gilmore, and still is, I guess. David Gilmore did produce those albums, basically trying to help Syd
I think
come along, and
I think
at
they
least
all
stay in
had
music.
parts in them.
Yeah.
From what I remember, they all had little parts in it. Gilmore might have produced it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to look back. It's been a while.
The reason why I pointed out is he was the replacement. Imagine the replacement still being there to try and help keep the career of the person you replaced going.
Yeah, from what I understand, they all remained friends.
Yeah.
Up until the time Syd Barrett died, it wasn't like he pissed somebody off and got fired or something. He just got sick.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, couldn't function.
But there we go. But it's still trippy. This "Let There Be More Light" is not like "Dark Side of the Moon." It's still got
Oh
echoes
no.
of that Syd Barrett type stuff there. And well, actually, it's the era that they were in, and it continued for a bit. It wasn't as mystical as Syd, but it was still pretty, yeah, mystical, and more obscured by clouds. These albums also.
Well, when that era of the quote 60s to me is kind of like, the 60s bled over into the early 70s. So I think the early
Yeah.
stuff that Floyd did still had that psychedelic tinge to it, even without Barrett.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And
I mean, they never really had commercial success until Dark Side. So
yeah. Remember a Day is the second track. Now, on YouTube Music, which I'm playing right now, they have some live things right here. So it's not the studio recording that I'm hearing. But they are pretty much played in a similar way. It's just the audio isn't as good on the live ones here as they are on the studio ones. But I think you provided probably the studio ones.
I did.
Yep. But this song, once again, this album, this song and the next one, Set the Controls for the Heart of the Sun. Yeah. Still trippy, still like that late 60s psychedelic.
Oh yeah, Set the
The
Controls
guitar
was definitely
sound kind of
psychedelic.
crying out. But yeah, that's one thing Gilmore liked to do is make that is slide on the guitar.
Oh yeah, he is the. I always considered him kind of the master of the bends.
Mm.
I mean,
Bends and slide. Yeah.
yeah, and well, that was his thing. I remember
Mhm.
hearing him interviewed many years ago, and he commented that he said, I knew very early on I was not a fast guitar player. I can relate to that. I'm not a fast guitar player.
Yeah.
And he said, so therefore, he said, I worked on developing my own style, which he definitely has. So,
Yeah.
and to me, the mark of a great guitarist is not necessarily how fast they play, but, that they have, a style. And that's what was really great about music from this era was, yeah, there might be some similarities in between bands, but
Mm-hmm.
they pretty much stood on their own. There wasn't another band that sounded just like Pink Floyd. There wasn't another band that sounded like King Crimson or Yes. They might have
Mm-hmm.
all been in that prog progressive kind of category, but they all were different in their own right.
Yeah. Well, there we go. Now we got it. Now, if I could have moving graphics, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Oh, we need it. Yeah, we need music too, but yeah, YouTube's not going to do that. All right. So, track 3 is Set the
Gave us
Controls.
music earlier.
Set the Controls for the Heart of the Sun. Yes, Mike, you could do your own covers on this, I think. That might work in future. Yeah, our audience would love that. But that's extra work. Set the Controls for the Heart of the Sun. Now, the version of this I really like is the one on Live at Pompeii, which I found like a bootleg CD release that was just basically that in audio, maybe cleaned up a little bit. It was called In the Shadow of Vesuvius. A bootleg, my friends.
But I remember going to see that movie many moons ago.
All right, Adam Gray, how you doing here? Hello, mate. Oh, music lovers, he calls us, and we are that. Yes.
There he is.
Adam Gray will be transferring our humble audience to B-roll stage at the end of this stream for B-sides Friday nights. Adam, if you're still there, you can share with us what you're doing tonight. Otherwise, just before we sign off, I will announce it in any case. But if you're still around within reach of my voice, please share. I mean, one of the things that they were so good at, and throughout their whole tenure, is being able to improvise, taking small motivic ideas like da 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 da, and just kind of riff on that for a while, and just people come in and out of the mix. Sometimes the keyboards take prominence, the organ, sometimes the guitar, but each giving each other space, extended solos.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah. The song live was, I was just looking at Umaguma, and
Mm-hmm.
the song was like over 9 minutes, where it's 6 on the album. So it definitely grows live.
Umaguma live. Oh, there was a live version on Umaguma.
Yeah, part of it, I think. Yeah, that
I'm sorry. It's
one
been a few years
Umaguma
since
was a
I've
double.
listened to. Yeah, it's a
Umaguma
double.
was a double album. One was live,
Yeah.
one was studio.
Okay. Yeah, I remember the
The live
album,
had
but I guess I mostly associated with that album the new stuff, which was on the studio. You know,
yeah.
several species of small furry animals gathered in the cave grooving with a pick. You know, that was awesome.
Yes.
All right. Oh, since I am doing a crappy job here, I at least did catch Adam's response there. What do we have tonight on B-Sides? Just wanted to say hi. Getting B-Sides ready for tonight. Yes. Thank you. Well, we'll look at what they're doing on B-Sides later, but Adam, if you do get a chance, you can pop that in the chat. But I will look at it later. Anyway, I'm still here listening to, you know, you just trip out to it. That's it. And you don't even need to have chemical influences. Just listen to it and get into that thing where you listen to repetition, but it grows as it goes on, and you basically focus on more minimalistic elements. You know what I mean? It's almost like you let
Right.
yourself go, let the mind not think about it so much, and you hear little variation here and there, and those variations become a little bit more special. It's almost like zooming into the material. Instead of getting an overriding amount of information at once, you're getting less, but each change is a little bit more prominent then. And so these changes and the subtleties to them stand out more. It's like when there's less going on, you can appreciate more of what's actually there. But consequentially, the musician that's performing this needs to add that interest and that feeling. And that's one thing that was special with Floyd. All the members put in feeling to what they were playing. So these little subtleties came through. All right. I think I'm going to move on unless you have more to say on that one, Mike.
Now I was looking up B-Sides. It's Oops All Apes. Whatever
Oops.
that is.
I can imagine.
Yeah, you said you would. Yeah, I looked it up. Oops. ... All apes.
All right. Well, we'll find out what that's all about. Anyway, folks, that's
Well, you'll
coming
have
up.
to tune in to B-Sides afterwards.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So let us move on here. I wish I could just play this stuff, man. Corporal Clegg. Now, this one definitely sounds like a Roger tune to me, although I'm going to look it up just to
It is written
double
by
check.
Roger Waters.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah,
a Roger
yeah,
tune.
yeah.
You were correct, sir.
Let me change our slide ahead.
Although he did not sing on it.
No,
oddly
that's David singing. Yep.
enough.
But
And
Roger did, from this point going forward, did do a lot of the lyrics, even if they were shared authorship with Gilmore. I mean, he did the majority of the lyrics. But this one, I could tell that he had more creative control overall because going into Corporal Clegg, poor Corporal Clegg. But
yeah, looks like
anyway,
he's got a broken nose.
yeah, this is kind of like our AI art version of, I would say Corporal Clegg is probably in the middle. The two that actually aren't faded on the outside edges are, I don't know, just other various military. But it actually kind of goes with the music. But it has the
There
two
you
kind
go.
of themes, just kind of like the intense stuff and then the laid back stuff. And then we're into kazoos. Bip-bit-da-da, bip-bit-da-da, bip-bit-da. And they played them live, folk. I'm watching right now. There's a kazoo being played live in this video. Yes. So, yeah, it's something the Beatles did and all that.
Did they play the kazoo live?
I thought they did kazoos. Didn't they do kazoos on one of their songs? I don't know
In
about
this
live.
one?
I know,
Yeah, I
Pink
don't.
Floyd. I thought you meant the Beatles.
No.
No, but the
This song,
kazoos were
Corporal
live.
Clegg.
The kazoo was live in this video here. You imagine it's something you should do live. You know, I see the kazoo in the video here, so they probably did it live all the time. You would imagine it's not hard to do. All you have to do is hum, and it'll buzz at the frequency you're humming. So you could just shove it in your mouth and just go, "Burr, burr, 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 burr," you know, no problem at all. What do you have there?
A kazoo.
All right. It's not as
I'm a
bright.
multi-instrumentalist. You
It's
gotta have a kazoo in your collection. Come on.
it's not as bright. You know, I
This
guess
is pretty old.
yeah, I guess you're, what is it? What do they have in there? Wax paper or something like that that does the buzzing? Yeah, the wax
I'm a little out of
paper.
practice. I haven't been practicing
No, I don't
play my
think.
kazoo.
Oh, I think you'd be fine. I think it's just been a little bit buzzed out. Probably have to replace the. The fruit
There, that's a
roll-up
little higher.
paper, whatever it is.
And
There
a
we
lot
go.
of it has to do with voice. But there we go. In the spirit of Corporal Clegg.
All right.
All
And
right.
what are we moving on to here? Oh, I have it here. Saucerful of Secrets, the title track. Now this one,
That is correct.
I'm going to type this in the chat. If you haven't seen, heard live at Pompeii yet, please do. Now, Pompeii, does it have two eyes on it? Or no, it's just EI. I think so. Whatever. If they can't spell it, they can still find it.
Two eyes, yes.
Saucerful of Secrets is performed on that, and it's very good there, man. It's good on the album too, but the this is probably, well, yeah, on Piper there was a little bit of extended trip out stuff on Interstellar Overdrive, but in this one, this is where they really include changes. Interstellar Overdrive did lose intensity, boil down to just guitar, and then build up again. So I guess, yeah, it did change a lot. But this one, it's almost like some really big changes. At the beginning, it's almost like a cauldron of things being mixed together. Some magic brew being stirred up here.
And I just posted the link to not Piper, Pompeii
All right.
for the playlist for that. So if anyone wants to listen to the live, you have it.
And then some of the vocal effects here. You know, some of that was in Piper too. You know,
Mhm.
using the voice in an alternative way.
I'm gonna have to listen to that later because I don't know. It's been a while since I've heard it.
What? Oh, Live at Pompeii.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I may not have heard it since I saw the movie, which would have been like in my 20s.
Oh no, it's I mean, the songs they did there, they were just great performances, and of course, it's live without a crowd, but it's still live, so you get that little bit of spontaneity and
Well, that's
stuff.
what made the movie so interesting. Yeah, they're playing to nobody.
Yeah, little bit of 60s effect. Well, that was 70s. Live at Pompeii was
Yeah, it was
included
70s.
some clips of the recording of Dark Side of the Moon, which was 73. So I think 72 was the year of Live at Pompeii. Oh yeah,
Well,
the stellar effects here, man. Reverberated piano, and reverberated organ, of course, but I think there was piano string effects going on there. Or definitely some sort of echo box. I could probably look that up even here.
you
What
could.
created the echo effects on the Saucerful of Secrets title track? I'm just curious because those are really such great echo and reverb. Okay,
And tell us what you found out.
they did incorporate the Benson Echore, Echore, the Benson Echore. They used the same brand on the previous album, but it was something different. Secret Weapon. Yeah, unlike standard delay units of this time, um, it used magnetic tape. So yeah, magnetic tape. That's cool. Meaning like it's like almost like tape loops to create those reiterations of an echo. But you could change the speed of it while doing it so that you could really warp that sound a lot. And I hear a lot of reverse stuff going on here. Reverse
Interesting. I
guitar
wanted to see
effects and
what that
everything.
Benson looked like and by golly, you can get one on Reverb. It's only $4,729.69
Oh,
and $293.21 shipping. So might as well say $5,000. And it comes from Barcelona, Spain. Woo.
oh, wow. That's some serious shipping.
Yeah, you have to really want to own that. Because I'm pretty sure there's other things that can probably get you similar effects, but I don't know. There's some people that still like some of them things from the '70s. So,
I mean,
but
yeah.
yes,
I mean,
these were like ahead of their time kind of stuff back then. This is state of the art.
wow. And then there's a mic stand slide effect, like in the chaotic, syncopated pandemonium, which I'm listening to right now. That's where you have the boom, 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 and the toms, from Nick Mason being repeated. But yeah, there's like all sorts of piano clusters being played. It sounds like, modern classical music at this point. Yeah.
Right.
And then basically taking the effect is taking the leg from a microphone stand and sliding it up and down, and it creates a sliding sound. And sliding it up and down the strings of the guitar while the guitar was fed through the Benson Echo Rec. I just said Echo Ray before. Echo Rec. Wow. So
Yeah,
not only was it being fed through that, but the guitar's strings being slid on the mic stand. I mean, you need something smooth and cylindrical. The mic stand is there, and it'll be there live when you need it live too.
yeah. And this is, think about it. This is long before tape, because this is this was released in 1968. Fripp started the Frippertronics with the tape stuff in 1972.
Mm-hmm.
So this kind of stuff, this was where it was at. And I mean, and it was the same on the Piper, the Piper at the Gates of Dawn. I mean, yeah, the echo effects they used were just unreal.
Thanks
Hey,
for
see you,
stopping
DJ
by.
Play Nice. Thanks
Yeah,
for
thanks.
stopping in, dude.
Yep. There we go. That's why we do it. It may not be a huge audience, but we got some regulars, people that we like hanging out with. So we
That's
do it.
right.
It's fun. Not as good as us all being like in a den with lava lamps and incense going, listening to this all together. But that's what happens in the
that was me
21st
last
century.
night. I had black lights on and stuff.
Yeah. 21st century. Hangouts are more virtual, less in-person stuff. Well, I wouldn't be able to drive up to Tennessee that often. But anyway, I'm at the organ section. This all really comes through in Live at Pompeii. These chords that Rick Wright plays on the organs, setting up the whole final section of the song. Oh, man. The changes are really cool. Not predictable at all, but it's still, when you follow them, it's like, oh, it makes sense. But you're not sure where it's going to end until the last, second to last one. Yeah, you do feel resolution there, and then it repeats, and you're like, okay, I guess I know the progression. It's just different.
Well, that was the beauty of the Floyd, man.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Wish I could play it. But anyway, yes. And then the vocals come in. And I think it is, yeah, it's Gilmore on this that sings the lyricless vocals.
Yeah, I was going to say wordless, lyricless.
Yep. The at the end. That still great melody, but it's like, I don't know, really cool on Live at Pompeii. All right, there we go. Because Live at Pompeii, it's just him. You don't hear these other tracks that they record in the studio, which are cool, but he carries it on his own on Live at Pompeii, and that's the version I'm used to listening to. He carries it on his own, just his voice. And it's just like, wow. No, it just sounds, I think it sounds better than the studio version. So, yes, get that on your to-do list, folks, Live at Pompeii. So now, let's move along to our next track. Let's see. We only have two left, I think.
Yeah, we're doing good tonight.
Well, we got to carry it up to B-sides.
Oh, no.
56 minutes. Maybe we'll just have to sit here and go, that'd be fun.
There you go.
See how that goes online. Live stream, just vocals. Okay, Seesaw. Now, yeah, my old-fashioned, what do you call it, stable diffusion renderings there are not going to do it any justice.
No, I thought it was real.
Yep. Copies of people strewn about the picture. Oh, gear shift right away. Sounds like it's going to be mellow, and then all of a sudden, ooh, time changes and everything. This one, they're hitting some of those progressive rock things with the meter changes and sudden style changes. Interesting stuff. Now, this is still a year before King Crimson, but yeah, it's sounding fairly
Oh yeah,
progressive right
yeah,
there.
yeah.
And back to the original theme. Very interesting stuff, folks. Yeah, this is probably an underrated song. Definitely something to check out.
I did. I listened to it
Yeah.
all last night,
Mm-hmm.
and it is good. Yeah, I mean, it's a great album. It was just my first thought, going into it was how different it was from Piper at the Gates of Dawn.
Mm-hmm. But this does flow.
Yet,
Yeah, there are changes, but Seesaw does flow. It does make sense. It does work going from one to another, but it's like, yeah, it is almost like as your mind changes, you think about one thing and then something else comes up, but it's not drastically different. It's just like going off on a tangent, and then you go off on a tangent here, and then some ideas repeat as other ones come back again.
right.
It does seem like a mind wandering sort of piece, and yeah, it's effective as that. Do, 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 do,
Mind
do.
expanding, man.
Mind expanding. Yeah, last week I did play an interview. I'm going to see if I can grab one. So we got to let this play a little bit, but I'm going to see if I can grab an interview to play here from last week. This week I didn't put them in because I had to cut it out. After the stream ends and it's there on the rewind, sometimes there's a warning saying you got to cut this out if you want to keep monetization, or
Right.
sometimes you got to cut this out if you want it to be public. It all depends. And so I'm going back to last week. 91 earworms 91 it was.
The interview that we're watching with Barrett and Waters.
We can't put that in because that's one I had to remove. Um,
Oh,
and
did you?
then yeah, I did. I did remove it after the fact. It's still up on Rumble though. That's why we're still live on Kick and Rumble,
Yeah, there you go.
because they preserve things as they were, and I guess they only look at real copyright violations, not just playing in fair use a little bit of something. But anyway, this one will probably have to be cut out too, but we need to talk. We need to cover some things, and so this will give us something to talk about. If it works, let me bring this in. All right. I got her ready to go. So let me pause my listening of Seesaw. But Seesaw, that's a great tune. That's a great tune. That's one that you don't think about often, but it's a great one. So folks, if you haven't reminded yourself yet of this album, please do check it out. I am going to share a tab here. Share screen. Let's see, what tab is this? Now this is going to be something from Dick Clark's American Bandstand. Imagine it. They were on there.
I
One
don't
does not
recall ever seeing them
associate.
on American Bandstand. This will be interesting.
Yeah. Now, if after the fact this is cut out, folks, that's because we had to, because of copyright. But it'll still be in the Rumble and Kick versions. So you might want to subscribe to us there, because you never know what happens in the future. We may end up needing it. Here we go.
Pardon me. Let me just sneak in here. Sit tight. I don't think I've done an interview without having chatted with any before, particularly people who've come about 8,000 or 10,000 miles. You've only been here 2 days. There is one question that comes immediately to mind. When we go to visit your country, the fellows I know in our entertainment business always say, English food is unusual. What do you think of American food, having eaten here for 2 days? Does it please you or displease you?
Now that's odd. English food is unusual.
That is odd.
That not a lot is. I mean, yeah, there's differences. I mean, like pork pies are popular there, not as much here, but it's not like a outlandish concept or anything.
No.
Now, some of the names, yeah, I didn't know what toad in the hole was, or things like that. But it's just different names for some things that really aren't so different for us. But in any case, what a question. Here you are about
That's
to
a
play
weird,
on
kind of weird
American
question.
Bandstand with Dick Clark. You might be stoned at the time, and he turns to you and asks you that, and you're just probably like, what? Let's see what it looks like. Roger here. What does he say? Now, this is, I think, this we were going to play last week, so I think this is still after The Piper at the Gates of Dawn, so this may even be before Saucerful of Secrets.
Well, all we've had really is 2 cheeseburgers each, I think. And
That's not a bad typical American dish. Does it sit well, or did you not like it?
it sat quite well.
All right.
I think by this point they had Wimpy Cheeseburger in the UK anyway. well, it's amazing. Well,
Fair enough. You're very kind, I would say, if that's all you've had to eat so far. How long do you plan to stay with us?
Well, I think we're here for 10 days or little.
Will you have an opportunity to see, let me jump over here for a second, other parts of the United States other than the West Coast?
We're going back to San Francisco, and then we're going to New York.
Stop in the Haight-Ashbury and see what happens there. It's kind of an unusual spot. Would you be kind enough to introduce yourself and the other guys? We haven't had a chance to meet everybody.
I'm Rick, and that's...
that's cool. Dick has no idea who they are or anything yet.
Yeah.
Well, they're still new, I mean, but that's funny, man. He's just like, well, I'm Rick.
Who are you?
You mind introducing yourself?
Nick.
Nick up on drums, right? Nick, thank you.
That's Syd, lead guitar, and
Sid?
Roger, bass guitar.
Thank you, Roger. Sid, did you write this?
Yeah.
I noticed on the album you wrote most of the songs. Is that true?
Yeah, that's right.
Let me wish you...
No, he just lied. What do you think? Is that true?
Gentlemen, all very good luck. I hope you enjoy your stay, get some sleep, and get something other than cheeseburgers during your stay. Thank you very much. Nick, nice to see you. Let me sit over here for a half a second.
Now, definitely, if we play the part with music, it would probably be a problem. I don't have it anyway. But there's a brief clip there. I guess
There we
I don't
go.
know but they played. Let me ask AI, since we don't have it in the clip there. I'm going to ask, what songs did Pink Floyd play on American Bandstand? Because I'm interested. This would be from Piper. What did they play there?
Well,
For
typically American Bandstand, it ain't live.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
They-
it may not
they
have
lip
been.
sync.
Yeah, definitely.
I would have been curious to see the video because nobody actually played on American Bandstand that I've ever known.
Oh, so it was
The
lip
album.
sync and
Yeah.
everything. Oh, wow. Man, they were doing it back then already. November 7th, 1967.
Well, I would have been curious to see it. I mean, I remember watching I remember seeing
Yeah,
Aerosmith
I don't know how
Dream On,
They,
and you could
they,
hear it fade out at the end. They didn't even try to hide it.
they performed one song, Apples and Oranges. I don't remember that.
Apples and oranges.
It's a legendary piece of footage.
Wonder if they did do it live then. Now I'm really curious.
The mime job. Okay, it says here, like almost everyone on American Bandstand, the band had to lip sync, holy shit, to the studio
Okay, all
recording. However, Syd Barrett was deep into his mental decline at this point. Oh no. And barely made an effort. He frequently missed his cues or simply, oh my God. Plus, Apples and Oranges, I'd like to hear what it is. Man, and I've been a Floyd fan for a long time. This seems like something I should have known. The interview. Yeah. After the song, Dick Clark interviewed the band. He asked them about American food. Yeah, we saw that. And Roger Waters, yeah, we ate a burger. They're probably like, why don't you let us play? No, that would be in a British accent, of course. Why don't you let us play?
I'm
Dick
gonna watch
Clark
this later.
as the Pink Floyd. He also introduced them as the Pink Floyd.
Good night,
Um,
Flav.
Good night, Flav.
Hey,
which
I
was
just
the-
posted the video to the full video. I'm gonna watch. I'll be watching that later for the
Yeah,
American
in the-
Bandstand.
Yeah. I'm going to look for it now real quick, to be honest with you. I
Yeah,
mean, we got the
it's-
time. But I'm going to say here also, at the end, he introduced them as the Pink Floyd. They did call themselves that for a while, but that was in their very early, well, probably would have been no more than a year or two before this. This was 67 when they released the album. So, but yeah, obviously he didn't know better, but it's like the Pink Floyd, you know.
But okay.
I'm looking for it.
But if they lip
Apples
sync,
and Oranges on American Bandstand.
was that like a B side of something?
It might have been and not included on the album.
Well, yeah, because oh, wait a minute. Here, I'm looking back.
Yeah, I don't know if I can play this, folks.
Oh, well, there is a 40th anniversary edition somewhere out there, and it was on the bonus disc.
Oh,
So I guess it never made the cut. But that would be weird to go on American Bandstand and play a song that didn't make the album. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
American Bandstand is, play the hits. Or
well,
whatever.
if it didn't make the, it got on the 40th anniversary. So yeah, especially American Bandstand, if they're playing the album track and the guys are lip syncing,
Yeah.
that'll get copyright. So,
Boy,
folks,
that
this
would
is-
tell you that Dick Clark really didn't know the band, because I'm really surprised that, maybe there was nothing on the radio. I don't know. They didn't
I'm
really
gonna go
have
back-
any hits.
I'm going to go back to the description here and investigate this a little bit further, but let's just put this here. Here's you already did?
What's that?
The link you have in the chat there, was that the
Yeah,
link to the vid?
Yeah, that's the link to the video.
There we go. So I don't have to put it in. But yeah, it sounds a little bit more poppy than anything else on the album. Although Bike could have worked, I think. But this one is just a little bit more. Yeah, the camera is avoiding Syd Barrett. Oh, yeah, he's not.
Yeah, there were no official releases from Piper at the Gates of Dawn. It says in the U.S. they released See Emily Play and
Oh, I remember that.
Flaming. But,
Oh, wow. Yeah, so that was a later release. It didn't make the cut of the album, but was later released, and they went on American Bandstand with that. It did sound a little bit, they probably just felt for the American audience this would be better. It sounds
Maybe.
a little more like Beatles and less like Floyd, I guess. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. I'm going to watch it after we're done.
Oh, but yeah, check it out. I mean, yeah, Syd Barrett's just kind of standing there like,
he looks
he's
stoned.
really going, not only
he
that,
looks-
but just not interested. Because he could be
probably
stoned
wasn't.
and interested. But
He might not have been.
I don't
What do we
think
got to
so.
do this?
Why are we lip syncing? Can't we play our music? All right, so what do we have next? Oh, that's what happens when I don't label them. But hey, at least we got
I
to
think
pick.
we have Jug Band
This
Blues.
is Jug Band Blues.
This
one
is
that
the Syd Barrett
liked.
song.
Yep. Yeah, him singing.
Yeah, this is his.
You could tell it's his lyrics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's the only one on. Yeah, it's the only one on the album he sings on.
Yeah.
So despite it being last, it was probably recorded early in the sessions, I would imagine.
Yes. No, he's got a great voice and lyrics. It's such a shame what happened that
Oh
he
yeah,
couldn't
yeah, big time.
remain functional. And many people say it also had to do with stardom and everything. The attention didn't work. I mean, he's got the look of Jim Morrison, you know, and so yeah, you got to imagine that he was kind of approached and dealt with as like a star, you know, and being kind of like the lead of the band and just having that look. He basically looked like a star, and you know, was probably treated as such, and that must have been hard. What do we have here? Is this a swappers input we have? Mm-hmm. You guys should look up Mark Devine's, or is that Devins? Mark Devins presentations on MK Ultra and mind control and manipulation in the
Thanks,
music
Swapper.
industry. He covers Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin origins and their links on some dark stuff. Yeah, Mark Devin. I'm going to remember that name. I don't know if it's something I can throw on right now because of, you know, I got to check things for copyright largely. I'm not concerned about, you know, people's investigations into MK Ultra and everything, mind control stuff. That's pretty much getting pretty widely accepted, and I don't like to ever,
Well, I think I found it. I posted the link.
Okay.
Swappers will have to tell me if that's right or not, but
yeah, because we do have time to put something up. Might as well watch it, man, because we're at the end of the album, and it's one
well,
of
it
those
says
things.
MK Ultra Mind Control and Hollywood Music. Mark Devlin guests with John Cooper.
Oh, Devlin.
Devlin.
Well, let me see. I think we might be able to get away with it. If not, I'm cutting stuff anyway, probably. Let me just copy clean link. Let's see what that does. Does that give me this? Yeah. Thank you, Swappers. I mean, otherwise, we'd just be spouting on about how great the album is and everything. But we might as well share this. Yeah, this looks like I might be okay, but I can't play the whole thing. This is something where the link is in the chat right there, and you can find this. I read a name wrong originally, Mark Devlin. So, Mark Devlin with an L. MK Ultra, Mind Control in Hollywood and Music. That's what we're about to play. So if you like the bit you're about to see, do check that out in its entirety on their channel. So, and I say there because I don't know, it could be a group involved, even though it's named Mark Devlin. What am I doing here? I am sharing the wrong thing. Okay, let's go here to slides and PDFs. No. Extra credit. No. Image file. No. Where is the? Oh, share screen. There we go. Right at the bottom. And here we are. So
there you
go. Here we go, Swappers. Let's see what we have here. I'm going to play this right from the beginning, see what happens.
What you don't realize, the news is giving you the wild fantasy and imagination, and the movies and the TV shows and the music videos are where you're finding the truth of what really goes on in the world and who really runs things embedded into the narrative.
There we go,
They do
Swappers.
it cryptically, they do it in coded form, in symbolic form, but it's their way of communicating what's really going on. And they see the masses, the general people out there like you and me, they see us as spiritually profane and ignorant.
Well, nothing new there. But yeah, I like the guy's vibe. Here we go.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Raising the Bar, and you guys are in for a treat today. I'm really lucky to have this gentleman on. His name's Mark Devlin. He's a former DJ and now he's a researcher, activist, presenter, public speaker. He's doing some tremendous work, and yeah, there's a lot of parallels between his work and myself. And uncovering some of the stuff in the music industry, the links to the military industrial complex, MK Ultra, mind control, all that kind of stuff.
I think I'll move ahead since we can't play the whole thing. Because yeah, it's their channel and I don't want them to be upset that we're playing too much. But yeah, so I guess it's on Mark Devlin's channel, although he's the one being interviewed here. Ooh, what's this?
Is referring to the turning of the key of the electric shock device. And she even sees Jack, the pumpkin head guy, who's actually a pumpkin in her room to begin with. And then she also meets someone called Ozma, who's a girl of a similar age. And she's actually the one that sort of rescues her at the beginning of the movie. But I think that this is actually referring to her altar that's created. And this is something that a lot of the survivors have spoken about, disassociating and creating these different personas, these altars, after being put.
Okay, so here, I guess I probably shouldn't have just blindly just jump into it because now we're going on a different subject. But yeah, folks, do check it out. But I will say here, for anyone who hasn't looked at some material before, alters, when they say that, they mean an alternate personality where children who are abused tend to develop alters, like in order to escape what they're going through in the trauma, they a new personality is created, and a lot of times they box off the memories. So it's like memories and tragedies, they're difficult to deal with, get boxed off, and this new personality is kind of like free of it. And this happens, this is said to have happened a lot in MK Ultra because it was about mind control and creating these alters where people could be completely damaged and therefore taking the same psychopathic treatment they received and passing it on to others, and do so without even kind of knowing it, because at times they'd be in their altered personality and not be aware of it and everything. And so it's really sick, deep stuff. But yeah, it's worth checking out, folks. I'll check it out and get back to you about the Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin stuff. But I don't know. I'm going to ask a little bit now. Let me say, were there ever, yeah, like Google Gemini is going to tell me the truth. Let's just ask anyway. Were there ever any claims? We're killing time, folks. B-sides is coming up. That, what do we call it? That Syd Barrett's mental condition was affected by nefarious actors. I think I remembered reading in Nicholas Schaffner's book, who wrote a book called A Saucerful of Secrets. And I still have the hardcover edition of that here about the Floyd. He said that there were some people that were dropping LSD in his drinks and stuff without him knowing and stuff like that. Whether it was just like friends or, yeah, what kind of friends are they? But, just people you're hanging out with doing that as a joke, or whether, let's see here, Gemini is saying yes. There are several accounts and claims regarding people in Syd Barrett's immediate circle whose actions may have exacerbated his mental decline. So yeah, this would be people in his circle, not necessarily the military. I don't think they, he'd be on their radar at this point. This is before he got big, really.
Mm-hmm.
But in any case, yeah, interesting stuff. Let's look at our clock here. We are at 8:30.
8:30.
A half hour indeed. You know what? I mean, I think we can expand the Floyd talk a little bit more. Oh, here's Swappers. Got a follow-up for us, I think. Yeah. Quite a few presentations. Some like this one and others. Okay. Definitely will check out more Mark Devlin in the future. Thank you. Are you playing a ukulele, Mike?
I'm tuning the ukulele, yes.
All right.
Let me tell you, Lawrence.
I think he's going to play apples and oranges, folks.
I don't know, man. My voice is so out of shape. I got the bike, you can ride it if you like. It's got the basket bell and rings that make it look good. I'd give it to you if I could, but I borrowed it. You're the kind of girl that fits in with my world. I'll give you anything, everything if you want things. I got the cloak, it's a bit of a joke. There's a tear up front. I always mess this one up. 4 months. If you think it could look good, well, I guess it should. And I usually play this on guitar. You're the kind of girl that fits in with my world. I'll give you anything if you want things.
Boom,
I know a mouse and he hasn't got a house. I don't know why I call him Gerald. He's getting rather old, but he's a good mouse. You're the kind of girl that fits in with my world. I'll give you anything, everything if you want things. I've got the clan of gingerbread men. Here a man, there a man, lots of gingerbread men. Take a couple if you wish, they're on the dish. You're the kind of girl that fits in with my world. I'll give you anything, everything if you want things. I know a room of musical tunes, some rhyme, some tune, most of them are clockwork. Let's go in the other room and make them work.
Yes.
Oh man, my voice is shot. I don't sing much these days.
Oh yeah, I loved it, man. It was like,
that's a fun song to play. I haven't played it much, obviously, but
no,
yeah,
it's cool. No, it's a it's a fun
that
song
killed
to sing along
4
with
minutes
too. Yeah, there we go, man. Yeah, it's a fun song overall. And the thing about early Floyd, it was like that was all about experimentation and having fun, but it wasn't like you could just do anything, I guess, because everything that was done, it was almost like, oh, okay, I can go there. Oh, there, I can go there. But some of the artists that were doing freeform stuff, sometimes I'd feel like, it just didn't work. But here it did. And I guess it's also me. It's like the kind of stuff that I enjoy humor wise, as well as the kind of stuff that I would enjoy, fantasy wise. And then sci-fi, you got it all. Fantasy, sci-fi, humor, all in one, surreal experience and stuff.
you better cue it up. Scott's in the house.
Oh,
Hail Scott. I don't know if he caught my little ukulele gig, but he's in the house.
How you doing, sir? Yeah, that's the thing. Fridays, it looks like we basically, it's the second half where more people are coming in and everything. So, Friday nights when people get done with what they got to do during the week, it's a little gradual coming on.
We got
next Friday, I am not going to be here, so we're going to skip next Friday. I'm going to try to do some sort of impromptu stream somewhere over next weekend when we're at this Brandington, Florida Cigar Box Guitar Festival. But I can't promise it because we might get there and internet could be in and out or something like that. Um, but we are going to be with our cell phones, and I'll have a laptop with me, but we'll see if I can do some videos and upload some things to the channel. So be on the lookout for that next week. And we will definitely record our performance, but that might take some editing afterwards. And so that's the one thing that we will probably have, because Liza is, as you know, an editor. She,
Yeah, well, I missed all the live music tonight.
Yeah. No, she'll catch it on the rewind.
Yeah, she'll watch
But
the
yes,
rerun.
but we have one more night here. There's a project we were on as contractors, and it's finishing tomorrow. And so it's like our last chance to earn enough money to afford to do the trip next week.
There you go.
It's basically what we're doing. But thank you, Scott. I hope things are feeling a little bit warmer up there.
Eat my shorts.
There we go.
Probably not. But is it getting any better for you, Mike?
What, weather-wise?
Yeah.
Well, let me look out the door. Yeah, it looks like it's been snowing while we've been on.
Wow.
Car's covered. I was serious. I looked out the door. It was just starting when we started.
Yeah.
So I don't know what we're going to get overnight, but yeah, I just looked out the door and the car's covered.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, that it's going to be some stuff. Okay. Sounds great, Mike.
We might actually have a winter.
Yeah. Well, we're talking here with Scott up there in the
oh man, he has
the great north.
He's guaranteed winter. There's no
it
might snow or might not snow.
Yeah, no, buried in, and he's got the kind of stuff going there to keep a place warm and be able to survive those conditions.
You better with their
yeah.
He's a stronger man than I.
Well, I mean, I still miss Pennsylvania a bit now that I'm in North Florida, but at least North Florida is a little better than Miami. We get some semblance of seasons here. In fact, last night and probably tonight again, it'll get below freezing. So it's like, it's nothing like what you get further north, of course, but
wow,
at least it is different than Miami, you know?
Right.
All right. Now that we've talked about the weather, let's see here. Any more Floyd stories you got for us, Mike? Did you ever see them live?
I did not. I did not.
Well, I did, if it counts, after Division Bell. Still officially Pink Floyd, no Roger, but yeah, David Gilmore, Rick Wright, and Nick Mason were there with an entourage of a lot of the regular musicians they had at the time, like Guy Pratt on bass, who basically, had replaced Roger Waters.
I only remember him coming to Cincinnati once, and I cannot really remember why I did not go. I don't know if I was working or couldn't get off work or what the deal was, but I only remember him coming one time, and I was like, couldn't go.
Yeah.
So would have been nice.
Well, I missed one concert because of being hit by a car the day before, which was a good reason, but damn it, what a shame.
But I've seen a lot of bands, more than most people, so I can't complain.
Do you have anything coming up? I know you still go out and see, Consider the Source live.
Yeah, they're off for till I think March, and they haven't announced any shows yet. The guys from PX3, Rob and Isaac, are going to be down in Asheville in 2 weekends, and then I am going on March 28th. I'm going to make a long drive to Savannah, Georgia, to see Amajid Ali Khan, who is one of the great sarod players.
Yeah, I think you've introduced me to him. Or maybe not. You said Syd?
No, I'll put it in the chat. It's
Yeah, it's one of those words.
AMJID.
AMJIG Amjad Ali Khan, because there's also Fateh Ali Khan, which is a
Oh my
singer.
God, there's like a million Khans.
Mm-hmm.
But his two sons play, and they're calling it the Sarah trilogy. So anyway, yeah, it's either there or New York. And Savannah, Georgia is a lot closer than New York, but I really debated it, but I thought, man, when am I going to get a chance to see this guy? He's like 80, you know, so it's, you know, it's one of those. Well, I do remember, and this is going to be completely different from Pink Floyd.
They're in the 80s.
Yeah. Well, no, I just remember, this will be completely different from Pink Floyd, but I actually like some of the early John Denver stuff. And I remember I came to Cincinnati once, and I was like, I don't remember exactly why, but I was like, well, I'll catch him next time he comes. And then he died. So I, you know, kind of now when I get a chance to see someone that's kind of up there and I haven't seen him, it's like, hey, I better go see this guy. Hard to say. Or they'll retire. I mean, you know, they may not die. They might just retire. But yeah, I remember in Salt Lake City, me and the wife going to see, I got her to go to see Hot Tuna with me, which is Yorma and Jack of the old Jefferson Airplane. And she's like, well, what do I tell people at work? You know, I mean, going to see Hot Tuna. I said, tell them you're going to see two guys who are in the frickin' Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But when they came out, she kind of had this weird look on her face because, you know, hell, they're in their 70s then. You know, and they just come out. Yorma's wearing a flannel shirt and, you know, they're playing acoustic. So, yeah, it was just like these two old guys come out to play.
Yeah, but it's about the music. If the sound is good,
man.
that's what's important.
Yorma, yeah, those guys are top notch. I mean, as far as the kind of music that, you know, blues and old folk, kind of, there you go.
Well, here's some.
Well, that's a different guy, but
different kind of blues. Yeah, but here, check this out. Let's see. I think we're gonna be fine with this.
Oh yeah, no, that's yeah.
But this is a sarod.
Sarod or sarod?
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
a sarod.
So it's similar to a sitar.
No, not really. If you watch him, there's no frets. It's fretless.
Okay.
So he's sliding.
To the ear, it sounds similar. But
well, there are sympathetic strings, but yeah.
Unless he's tuning. Is he still tuning, or is this a...
No, he's playing.
All right.
Indian music traditionally starts out slow, and quite often without the drums or tablas.
I'm zoning out on this, folks, man.
Oh, I love this.
But I recommend folks, check it out. I could put the link in the chat just for the hell of it.
Yeah, and like I said, the traditional Indian music, it'll start out slower, and then eventually, and he's got 2 tabla players, which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually, they'll join in, and it'll speed up.
Okay, well, I could.
He's known as one of the faster players on the planet.
I know that I can definitely do that myself, but in the interest of being here, I think with our time, we could probably look at this. It's like only an inch in, so let's go a little forward and see. So give people a taste. Oh, he raised his hand. No, just stretching. He's not there yet, folks. You got to get into the meditational spirit there, really.
There we go.
Dear. What's the instrument that's going down? Or there's
Well,
like
you just have the sarod and you got 2 tabla players.
Okay, so the one tabla is pitched, doing like that. Oh, okay, yeah, I guess it's.
Well, the tabla, man, is people don't. A lot
No,
of
it is
people don't know
pitched
that's one of
overall.
the most difficult drums on the planet to play. They're
Mhm.
very intricate.
It sounds almost like a string instrument, what's happening, but I guess it isn't. It's just the way the tabla is being hit. Because it can do really deep sounds
Well,
and then
he
kind of
may
like nasally ones, right? too?
no, he may have. If you look to his right, but to the left, you almost had the cursor over it. There's a little box sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
That he may have a tempura on. Which, if you remember, I showed you the one I made out of my old sitar. It's just a drone instrument.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got that little box back there. He may have a tempura going into a microphone from that box.
All right, cool. All right, yeah, but we'll just chill out for this. There we go. No, definitely it's a percussion instrument, but it resonates.
Yeah, I was
like
gonna say I don't hear a tempura. I hear
Yeah.
him hitting the drone string on the top.
Oh, okay.
When you see him hitting the top, that's his drone string.
No, but that's not what I'm hearing. I'm talking about.
You're talking about percussive.
Yeah, percussive, but it sounds stringy. The bow, bow type of
Oh,
sound.
that do.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
higher
like a
pitch.
bass. Yeah, that's what I love about the tabla.
Yeah, there's the low whoop whoop, and then there's the type of thing, and then it's like, yeah. Woo! Yeah, I guess it's almost like if you have frame drums, you could hit the outside and get like sticky wooden sounds. And
Well, yeah, if you look at a tabla closely, it's got, you can kind of almost, that's not a tabla, but it's similar. That black in the middle, that's almost kind of a bassy sound. Then you got the white outer portion, then there's another outer portion, and then you got the rim. So
yeah, let's see.
Yeah,
A picture of a
very, very,
tabla.
very intricate instrument.
Yeah, here we go. We got them right here. And
Yeah, see how you got the outer rim and inner rim, and then you got the black.
Yep.
And then, of course, you could hit the rim, but.
Damn. How much do tablas sent you back?
Oh, you're probably talking a few $100 for a decent pair.
Yeah. Oh. Am I still here? I'm still here. Let's try
But I mean,
reverb.com.
even drummers will tell you who've tried. Yeah, it's. I mean, it looks like, oh, that's just like bongos. No, it's not.
Mm-hmm. No, I imagine it's not easy, but it must be fun to try. What do
Oh
we
yeah.
have here? Okay, we're looking
There you
at
go.
some here, 275. I mean, that's one
I had a
week's
set years
groceries.
ago, but I could not. Yeah, I bought some way, like 20 years ago or so, and I ended up selling them. They're just not. Yeah, it's not easy to play.
900. Wow. There we go. 200 to 900. There's one less, but who knows it. Okay. So anyway, there you go, folks. It is within reach if you go without groceries.
Well, it looks like that one was just one of them. That was 100.
Yeah.
They're kind of a set.
All right. Yeah. Okay. The tabli. Oh, we got Liza is hanging out with us a little bit. Awesome, she says. Well, it'd be more
wasn't
awesome
putting the
if you were
bongos
here.
down. I was just saying.
It's more awesome if you were here, Liza. Okay.
All drums are difficult.
Well, yeah, they're difficult to sound good.
Well, I mean, any instrument, but I mean, some people, are meant to be drummers and others guitar players. There's some that can pull off all of it, but.
Well, right now, for some of our songs, I am drumming on a cigar box guitar because of the resonance of it. It sounds pretty good. It sounds better than the cajon, which is designed for that. But I don't know. Maybe I should have my own little cigar box that is my percussion instrument that I build.
There you go.
That might be fun. But the sarod, that looks cool. That looks like a cool instrument to make one. Hard, but was that the one you tried to make? And
yes,
you just ended up
I was just going to say that was my dismal failure one.
Oh no, because you succeeded on the sitar.
Yeah, I gotta, as soon as it warms up, because I need to retie some of the frets on that one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Well, folks, yes, I am going to look at our B-roll stage friends here. There will be an automatic redirect there. Now, I'm going to see, because if they're ready to go earlier, that would be great. Because, I don't know, this killing time thing is fun, but I know it could irritate some people. I don't know, but some people just like to hang out with us here because we're too nice, folks. All right. So yes, indeed, they are playing Oops, All Apes. Live riffs and comments. Does that have anything to do with Pink Floyd? I don't think so. But anyway, I'm just verifying for you folks. Now, Floyd, like the early stuff, I don't think they employed any sitar or even electric guitar sitar like others did, but definitely Rick Wright did play some rather Eastern sounding themes on the piano.
Yeah, he did.
To do.
No, they never used any Eastern specific instruments. No. Maybe they didn't want to jump on the Beatles bandwagon or something. I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of bands were doing it.
God, there's more than you'll know. You can find on YouTube. There's like, I don't know, it's like 11 volumes or something of sitars used in pop, jazz, all kinds of music from like, mid 60s to mid 70s. A lot of it's pretty shitty. I listened to a lot of it and I was like, damn, I can play better than that. So a lot of people, were just jumping on the sitar bandwagon and, we got to have a song with a sitar in it, but some of it's really cheesy and then some of it's good. But like George Harrison, seriously went over and studied with Ravi Shankar.
Yeah.
So he was serious about learning how to play the instrument, not just, oh, well, we'll just throw this on an album.
Yeah.
Which I think eventually won him the respect of Ravi Shankar, because initially Ravi Shankar was very traditionalist. And he goes, I don't understand this use of the sitar in pop music. And then later he was doing East-West stuff with, violinist and other, Eastern, East-West instruments. And so he changed his tune. George Harrison brought him over. And a lot of other artists as well.
All right, here we go. I'm going to take a risk with this, but we just have a few minutes left, and I'm going to throw this on just to kind of wind us down. Here's a little bit of Richard Wright, the keyboardist from Pink Floyd, playing a little bit of something. These are just rehearsal recordings, so hopefully we don't get blasted with copyright. But you never know. A lot of people made videos afterwards of the Floyd and probably released them.
It's wild when it gets to that part. Yeah, when that starts on the album, it's kind of like, I don't know if I'm in church or a horror movie or both.
Yeah, it could be. Well, anyway, folks, thanks for joining us here for Saucerful of Secrets and a little bit of Piper at the Gates of Dawn. We're going to work out this Friday stuff in the future. We're going to see how it goes. Hopefully this works out for us in continuing to do this, but next week we need to take off. But please pay attention to the Wayfarer Project. I will be posting some videos as we go. Maybe on the fly, I'll upload some things from the event at Brandington next week. Liza will be there, so at Psyche Opera, you'll also get some uploads. With her, mostly it'll be a little later, but I think we're going to try to vlog a few things, But we got to be careful. Going on the spot, you don't want to get people at an event and upload footage of people who don't want to be, shared on YouTube and stuff like that. So we're going to be playing it all kinds of careful. But in any case, next we're going to be checking out B-sides, where it's like, oops, it's all about apes or something like that, But anyway, all right, Mike, you have anything coming up that you want to share, or?
No, but you guys have a outstanding. Hope you sell a lot of stuff.
Well, we're mostly going there to perform, but
really?
She's going to bring some guitars with her. So yeah,
I thought you were doing both.
Well, we were told to bring some, so we might have some with us, but we're not going to have a vending stand or anything. We're not official vendors there, so may have some things in the car that folks can check out and play. But we're mostly performing. Yeah, it looks like we got another thing from Kick. I know better now. Okay, so anyway, thank you, folks. We're going to see you next time in 2 weeks on Friday, but each Sunday we should still be able to do the sci-fi stuff we do on Sunday nights. Hopefully I'll be back, but stay tuned. Hopefully I'll be back in time for Sunday the 8th, I believe it is. But definitely this Sunday we are doing Babylon 5 Voice in the Wilderness Part 2. And now, some great musical saw playing from the great Olivier Douchet.